Hi, this is Smriti from Simply Crafted for Handmade today. Today we will be upcycling cups. Yes, lots of times we get cups as gifts and there are very nice ones, but sometimes there are logos on top of it which we do not want to use, and so we are going to upcycle these cups. For this we need gesso, a little bit of multi-purpose powder and fevicol to create a paste for the texture that I have created. Then I have used pale daffodil, moss green and snow white chalky paints from Craft Angles. And to create the patina effect, I have used patina effect paste dark blue color from Craft Angles. So to sand the top and the bottom, we need this foam emery. This is from Gilding. This makes sure that the top is totally leveled. Then I will varnish it with decoupage varnish from Craft Angles, and I will be mixing gilding flakes in it. Rose gold color, gold dust color and copper penny. Now these are the flakes which I had already, the residue which I had already left. I was using that, but you can always use fresh ones also. Now to make it even more permanent, I'm going to use it foil magic because I really want to use these cups in my daily life. And to even make sure that nothing goes wrong, I will be adding a layer of the Ecuador PU varnish from Asian Paints. So this is the cup that I got from Fort Rajwada, Jaisalmer, and it is a white, very beautiful and a big cup, which is I think ideal for serving some snacks. So firstly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a masking tape to mask off the edges. As I said, I would actually want to use these cups in my daily life. My entire effort actually went into thinking how I can work in such a way that I can actually use it. Please understand, each and every handcrafted product can be used in daily life, but it has to be, taken care of. It is not a plastic machine made product which you can just toss around, let it be wet, and it will not handle that harsh handling. So to make sure that I can use it, as I said, I masked off the handles of the cup because that is where I'll be holding this cup most of the time while serving my snacks. Once done, I will go on to apply at least minimum 3 coats of gesso. Yes, again and again I will keep on repeating this, that I actually went and kind of layered this cup up just to kind of add more and more strength to the work that I'm doing on these cups. So you will see me here adding a minimum of 3 layers of gesso or gesso, whatever you call it. I've still not figured it out. Yeah, so once done and dried, now it is the time for doing the second layer. So for this, I will be using again a little bit of gesso. I will be mixing an all-purpose powder which I have personally sourced, and I'll be adding some fevicol or any adhesive in it, basically just to give it strength to adhere to the cup as well as to each other. This is basically just to create a little heavy textured paste, and I will be applying this onto the cups. Yes, I think now it's ready. So now I will just apply it on the cups, and I'll be liberal with the application because we want dimension, and which again, please understand, this has to be done in layers. So apply the first layer. I tried to apply it with the spatula, but I realized that I could actually do it better with a brush. So I loaded my brush up with the paste and applied the first layer. Once I had applied my first layer, then I went on and I applied the second layer as well. Yeah, so once this was done, it was time to start giving it some texture. I just used a simple wooden fork. You can use anything, whatever you have. And with that, I just started, pulling the paste down, basically just giving certain lines. And that's it. The whole game of texture is basically adding layers. So one by one, just keep adding layer to your satisfaction. Keep on giving texture in between. And when you think you're satisfied, that is when you can leave these cups or the project, whatever you are doing, to dry so that we can work on them later. At least let them dry for 5 hours minimum. That is what I would say. Honestly, I always leave these projects overnight. Again, the cups are dry and I have sanded off the excess on the top and the bottom. Now it's time for me to color them. As I have already told you the colors that I have used, these are pale daffodil is the first layer, then I had used snow white as the second layer, then I had used moss green as my third layer, and it was towards the end that I used the patina paste from Craft Angle's dark blue color. As I said, it is all about layering. So just be patient and just go with the flow. Believe you me, it is super fun working on a textured product. This is just too great to work on. So you guys must try. And a word over here about the patina paste. I really like the patina paste from Craft Angles because it is very heavy and it really comes out very well. I don't know if you can figure it out in the video, but believe you me, when you personally work with it, you will realize that it has a very chunky effect with it, and it is really heavy, so you get very good results. Well, now that all the paintwork is done and we have sanded the the top and the bottom edges, now it's time for us to remove the masking tape. Once we remove this, that is when we can go on to the next step of mixing gilding flakes with decoupage varnish and applying onto these cups. So I will be using some chunks of gilding flakes which I had already saved from my previous projects. If you have something like that, great. If you do not have something like that, do not worry. You can take a little bit of gilding flakes and mix it in your varnish and then give it a nice whisk. It is going to break on its own and you can apply it nicely and evenly. No worries to that. So the gilding flakes have dried and they're looking awesome, and I want to actually protect them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a coat of foil magic. Yes, I know everybody was shocked when I said so, but believe you me, foil magic turns permanent and clear when it is dry. I am trying to just use that property to my benefit. That is it, so that I can use it for a long time. But yes, once this is also dried, I will give it one more coat of varnish. You can use any varnish that you have, whether it is decoupage varnish from Craft Angles or any other varnish, and just seal it. And that is it. It is done. Your product is ready. Hope you've had fun, and I hope you make this and let me know how did you like this project. See ya. Bye. Stay tuned.